everybody who is attending today for our Power Your Lunchbox Lunch and Learn. We're excited to have you here today and to share a little bit about our Power Your Lunchbox program that we have. I know myself as a parent, I'm very excited for back to school 2021, that it will be so much different than what we've experienced here over this past year. Although of course we've learned many things, right? So excited to launch this program this year. It's going to be a big old celebration, I'm sure, for many. So what we're going to do today, I will run through just a couple slides to introduce everyone to Power Your Lunchbox and a little bit about Healthy Family Project, so you can kind of get to know what we do here. And then we are going to share a informational Q&A with one of our current partners for Power Your Lunchbox, with Be Sweet Citrus. And so she, Monique over there, is going to share some of her, things that she loves about the program and what she's experienced. And then we'll open it up to a Q&A. I know everyone's busy, so I appreciate you taking your time today during lunch to join us here in the cafeteria. All right, so let's jump in. If I can go to the next. There we go. All right. A little bit about Healthy Family Project. You can see our team here. We're a team of parents. We're all, sharing in a lot of those struggles that our audience is out there struggling with when it comes to feeding our kids and focusing on nutrition. We believe in creating a healthier generation. And of course, we also have a foundation built on giving back. And every program that we do here at Healthy Family Project has a giving back element, and Power Your Lunchbox is the same. And I'll get to a little bit about that. But we have raised $7 million for charities across the US since 2002. And we are a proud cause marketing organization able to do those types of things. All right, just a quick snapshot of, in case you're not familiar with cause marketing, it is a big buzzword out there right now, but in a nutshell, you can read the slide, but we are boosting sales, we're marketing, we are, helping shoppers make those purchase decisions, but on the back end, we're also able to make an impact, make this world a better place in some way. And so it's a wonderful 360, getting your product out there, making a profit, making the sales, but then in turn also making an impact to leave this world a little bit better. Now, who do we reach? Families, of course. Families, that's our main, I went back, let me go forward. Okay, I'm not going to touch anything while I talk here. All right, so families, of course, inspiring families, letting parents know that, even just a small change, adding one extra thing to the lunchbox, adding one extra fruit or veggie to the plate that week is awesome. We are not in the space of shaming anyone. We know that we're all just trying to do the best we can. We're talking to the socially conscious shopper, again, back to the cause marketing aspect where, more and more people are wanting to make a difference with their purchase power. And so just recognizing that and, delivering those types of messages. Parents are concerned about nutrition. We know that, but we also know that, everyone's working with a budget. And so we do not expect parents to go out and, spend thousands and thousands of dollars on this, elaborate lunch, whatever it might be. We are really just trying to help parents meal plan, meal prep, so that they can get to the grocery store, make decisions and purchases that will help them stretch their dollar and also feed their family in a healthy way. We're always trying to debunk that myth out there that eating healthy equates to, being more expensive or spending more money. And so the more that we can educate families on that, the better. All right. just a little bit about our reach. You can kind of see a snapshot here. We're in a lot of different spaces currently. Almost every space that you enter, you will find us there. We love it. We have kind of a different audience in all of those platforms, but we're out there daily talking to families, sharing useful tips with everyone, and Power Your Lunchbox is no different. During that time frame, all of our content is centered around getting, healthy lunch boxes and is the focus, but not only healthy lunch boxes, but also how to prepare for back to school mentally, how to get back on track with your schedules and things like that. All of the information that we can share with families. After school snacks are always a big topic as well. There I am. Those are my daughters, although they're a little bit taller, just over in the past year and a half. And so we started Power Your Lunchbox 7 years ago, and it was just kind of on a whim thinking, you know what, this is a place where families need help and they need useful information and education. So how can we bring our partners and bring the content that we have to the folks that are looking for it at that time. And so I talked a little bit about cause marketing, and for Power Your Lunchbox, our donations that are raised through our partners go back to the United Fresh Start Foundation. And what they do there is support children's accessibility to fresh fruits and vegetables in schools, which is really important because as many know, sometimes there are certain instances where school is the only place where a student or a child might be receiving a meal daily. And so it's very important that we put a lot of effort into funding that goes back to make sure that these kids are getting the nutrition they need at school. And so that's a great, I guess, another 360 with Power Your Lunchbox, where we're helping families pack healthier lunches, and we're also making sure that those who are eating at school have access to fruits and vegetables and healthy meals there in the lunchroom. So all of our recipes on healthyfamilyproject.com and poweryourlunchbox.com are approved by our registered dietitian. So that makes this, all of the lunch boxes have an extra edge up, I guess. Every parent wants that kind of stamp of approval. So we're lucky in that way that we have Sally Kuzemchak. She actually is the author of realmomnutrition.com. And she also serves as our registered dietitian and approves all of those lunch boxes before they are uploaded to the site. All right. So I talked a little bit about United Fresh Start Foundation. You can kind of take a look there. One in 3 children in the U.S. are overweight or obese. Obviously, especially at this time, a lot of people are in need of those meals. So getting that food and especially getting those fruits and vegetables to the schools is super important. So poweryourlunchbox.com serves as the hub for back to school for parents and families. So you can see here kind of a little bit of a snapshot of what this would look like on the smartphone. Everybody's on their smartphone all day. And so looking for those different recipes. What's cool about this recipe section is I know that many schools are nut-free. There's different allergies in a classroom that you might have to deal with. Kids are on different, nutrition, dietary restrictions. And so you're able to sort these categories or these recipes to find exactly what you need, which is really helpful for parents. I know for me, my daughter's in a nut-free classroom, so definitely very helpful. All right, let's see if I can manage to turn to the next slide. Yay, okay. All right, recipe development, sorry. So here we do at Healthy Family Project, we develop our recipes in-house. So they're actually tested with our own families, and we shoot those recipes. We do our photography, our video. It's something that's very important to us, especially knowing our partners and the brands that we work with. we like to make sure, you know, we're taking care of all of that and doing that in-house. And so it's another, you know, just awesome feature as part of this program to be included in these and then uploaded onto the website and branded on the website so that anyone visiting poweryourlunchbox.com can kind of see, you know, see and understand what they need to be purchasing to recreate that lunchbox. So I'm going to take a drink of water here. So social media, as I mentioned, we're out there. We're on all the platforms. We're juggling a lot of them. So we use the hashtag Power Your Lunchbox, and we like to say, show us how you power your lunchbox. And it's my favorite time of year because one, I get a lot of ideas for packing lunches at home and ideas for my kids to pack their own lunches. But to see what others are making and the creative things that they're coming up with, and how happy they are to share those out with others and just helping. You see just such a great way for families to help each other. Again, the social media promotion, we do a big Twitter party, which is really fun. You get to interact with consumers one-on-one. They're sharing what they love, what they don't love. It's just a great way to connect and actually a great kind of a mini focus group to understand more about your own brand. We do Facebook Live. So my daughter Charlie and I, we started doing Facebook Live cooking classes last year on the Healthy Family Project Facebook page. And we have continued doing those throughout the year. It's just been so fun. We love to get on there, and especially when we're packing or we're talking about packing lunches, because Charlie's now packing her own lunches with my supervision. And so she loves to get on there and showcase what she's doing. And really, we hope that we can empower kids, you know, everywhere to see her as an example and understand that they can do that themselves, help where it helps the parents out, take something off the to-do list, but also empowers kids to get out there and pack their own lunches. So we love the Facebook Lives. And then also, you know, there's the group of brands that participate in Power Your Lunchbox. It's always amazing to see them connect together and support each other. So you always have that as an additional support system. And what we do for Power Your Lunchbox is provide graphics and captions and all of the good stuff that you might need to get out on your own social channels and promote the program and promote your project. So we definitely, you know, pull all of that together. All right. We do e-newsletters during the program. We do e-newsletters year round here, but definitely during Power Your Lunchbox. We get these out to, we have a couple different categories. We have a consumer list, we have a dietitian list, and we have a grocery industry list. So we're covering all the bases there to get the messaging out. As far as media coverage goes, we're kind of, again, we're in all the places. We talk to the trade, the grocery trade, because of course it's important to spread the word about, you know, Power Your Lunchbox and all of the wonderful things going on, but then also featured in blogs and different media outlets during that time. We work with a syndication company to get our video and, you know, different touch points out as well. New this year, because we know teachers have been working hard, we are doing a Nominate a Teacher grant program. And so we're going to encourage families to nominate an outstanding teacher. I know there will be a lot of them because teachers have just gone above and beyond this year. And we're going to send out care packages to include gift cards, school supplies, and other items to brighten those teachers' day. And so I think that'll be a really extra element this year that's going to be really fun, and we really want to just cheerlead for all of those awesome teachers out there. All right, so now we are going to jump into this video, which I will share, and then we will do a Q&A. Bear with me. I I'm a little technically challenged today. So I'm going to stop this share and I'm going to pop the video up and then reshare. Let's see here.
Welcome, Monique. So glad to have you here.
Hello, how are you? So happy to be here.
I'm good. Thank you so much for taking some time to come on with us and to share a little bit more about your experience with Power Your Lunchbox. So I just have a couple of questions for you and I will jump right in. So really, what was it about Power Your Lunchbox that drew you into wanting to participate in the first place? And then what brought you back year after year?
Right, so that's actually a funny story because the way that I discovered, Healthy Family Project, then Produce for Kids, was actually, I was scrolling on Twitter as Be Sweet Citrus, and I actually saw a post that popped up, and it was about learning about different apple varieties, and that led me into this rabbit hole about who Healthy Family Project is and what you guys are all about. And I was just really impressed. At the time, I had only been part of the Be Sweet Citrus team for about a year. And as the director of communications, I was really invested in learning how to really just put our brand out there in a way that was unique. And what I mean by that is, as a grower, packer, shipper of approximately 15 different varieties throughout the year, it's like, how do you put your product out in a way that's both informative and educational, but also enticing? Like, how do you make citrus exciting, essentially, is what my question was. And so the more I learned about your organization, the more I was just like, wow, they do such a great job. So of course I hit the little follow button and became a follower of you guys on Twitter. But after doing some more research, I learned about the Power Your Lunchbox program, and I immediately set up a meeting with the team. And, at the time I was a little nervous. I didn't know, what they would say because we've never done something like this before. But, after putting out just some ideas about why this could be a really good opportunity for us, they were definitely on board, and they were like, why not? Let's give it a go and see what happens. So we became a sponsor of the Power Your Lunchbox program, and it has been absolutely amazing. Not only is it a great opportunity for cause marketing, but the relationships that you develop along the way, I think, helps you in so many different ways. And I personally really enjoy it. It's so fun to be a sponsor, but you're also doing something good for the community. You're helping Feeding America, which is just so important. And you're also getting your name out there, which at the end of the day, everything is a win-win. So I've loved every single year that I've been a part of the program. And, as Be Sweet Citrus as a whole has nothing but good things to say. It's just been such a wonderful experience year after year.
Makes us feel so good to hear that. That's really our mission of how we can help promote your brand and get your message out there, but also do it in a way that gives back. That's so core to what we do. So thanks for highlighting that. So you kind of mentioned a little bit, but was there any other things that bring value to you as a brand partner for Power Your Lunchbox? How has the campaign helped your company's overall goals and mission? Can you just talk a little bit more about that?
Right. So both philanthropy and education are some of our biggest goals as a company. We want to give back. That's part of our mission, but we also want to market all of our different products. And so really Power Your Lunchbox does a really, really great job of kind of bringing those two points together. It's always great to know that when you're joining a program that there's good at the end of it, like you're doing something good and helping fight food insecurity is so important, especially when you're in the produce industry. I feel like I'm speaking for the industry as a whole when I say that we all want people to have access to healthy, nutritious food. And this really kind of hits the nail on the head. But in addition, it also really brings about unique opportunities to educate the everyday shopper about your product. And, you know, Bee Sweet Citrus, we have specialty varieties during our domestic season. And it's so interesting because every year you come across questions like, what's a cara? What's a blood orange? Why is the inside of my orange red? And, you know, to me, I'm like, well, it's because it's a blood orange. But to some shoppers, I mean, that's the first time they're seeing these products. And so being a part of this program really amplifies what we can do as a company to, you know, showcase our varieties and to educate the consumer about really unique fruits and vegetables. So that's really cool. And it's like everything that I want to do as a marketer kind of comes together during the program. And so it's both fun and informative, but you're also giving back. And I just think that it's such a great opportunity, and it's why I'm always bringing it up in my meetings, especially when the time comes about to talk about what we want to do for the season and, you know, how we want to promote our product. And so, yeah, Healthy Family Project always comes up, and, you know, Power Your Lunchbox is definitely one of my favorite programs to be a part of.
That's so wonderful. So what is your favorite thing about the campaign?
So this is going to sound really silly, but my favorite element about the campaign as a whole is the Twitter party. I look forward to it every year just because, like I said before, you have the opportunity to, you know, talk about what you have as a company, but also I love the personal relationships that you make with the everyday shopper or your produce partners. I mean, I can't tell you it again, it sounds so silly, but as a marketer, it's fun to retweet what other brands are saying about their product and how you could utilize what they're doing, or how you can put oranges and, you know, crispy snacks together. It's just really cool. So I think all of us coming together as a, you know, as one unit during those Twitter parties is just really special. And you do get to basically, you give consumers an opportunity to put a face to the name or a voice to the name. And I think that goes a long way in the produce industry. People want to know who grows their food. That's becoming more and more important every day. And I mean, how awesome is it to just tweet something and have, you know, an industry or representative respond within 30 seconds? I think that's really special. So it's a fun little element to the campaign as a whole, and I definitely look forward to it. I mean, I'm all about sharing gifts about citrus. I mean, if it's going to educate the consumer and also showcase our varieties, I mean, it's a win-win, and I love that the industry has an opportunity to come as a whole to do something good, and I think that just goes a long way.
Yeah. Yeah. And you mentioned something about the partnerships between the brands. And that's one of those things with Power Your Lunchbox, because there are several brands who participate. So it's not just leveraging our audience as Healthy Family Project or yours as Be Sweet. It's also the audiences of all the brands that are participating. And so there's, you know, there might be some crossover with your shoppers or your customers, but it also opens up that opportunity to reach even more people. And that, I think, is what makes the program so special.
Absolutely. And even just looking at it from like a recipe standpoint, I mean, who would think that you could, you know, put together, you know, a mandarin with, you know, a little BLT sandwich? I mean, it's just it's providing the everyday shopper with a unique outlook on how you can incorporate fruits and vegetables into your diet. And I think at the end of the day, that's what we're all trying to do. We're all trying to give, you know, consumers a platform to really learn about these opportunities and to showcase the benefits of incorporating these healthy fruits and vegetables into your diet, and everything that Power Your Lunchbox does for the community. I mean, it's just amazing, and I'm very happy to be part of that. And you know, I continue to be a part of that for as long as the campaign, you know, runs. So, I mean, it's a lot of fun. Honestly, it's a lot of fun, and I don't have anything negative to say, because every year the campaign just becomes stronger and stronger, and more people join it. And it's really interesting to be creative with your product, and my case, citrus, but it's just really amazing. And you'd be surprised at how many people actually remember what you say during the campaign or what you put out there, and how they actually implement it into their everyday lives. I mean, I've had calls. It's so interesting that, but I've had calls where, consumers say, hey, I tried out this recipe that I saw online. It was really great. And then they give me their feedback about, how it went and why it was amazing. So those are the things that really stand out to me as, a representative of Be Sweet Citrus. And I mean, that wouldn't have happened though if we weren't part of the campaign. So, I mean, that's what keeps me going.
Now, well, thank you so much, Monique. It was such a great experience hearing from your side of it as a brand partner and the value that you see. And hopefully that was helpful for anyone who's joining us today, who's considering their participation, just to learn a little bit more about the program, but also from, the perspective of a partner and what they can see as their ROI. So.
Thanks for having me.
All right, that was wonderful. Thank you, Monique, for sharing so many wonderful things about the program. Now we're going to do some Q&A. We did have something come through on the food photography that was shown in the Be Sweet video. Yes, that's all done here in-house. As I mentioned earlier, we take care of all of it and have a really fun time doing it as well. Let me see if I can take a look in the chat here. Oh, so I see, oh, hey, Sherry, you're on. I apologize for the volume. Again, webinar over here, Zoom webinar newbie. So glad that we got that working. I do see one more question about the influencers that we work with during the program. It differs year to year, but I have to say we do have some tried and true influencers, content contributors, as I like to call them, that we work alongside. And most of those are dietitians that have their own blogs, one being our own dietitian, Sally, at Real Mom Nutrition. We also work with Jody Dannon at Create Kids Club. She is a dietitian as well. And also Meal Planning Magic. Brenda over there is great, and she really shares some good advice on getting meal plans going for lunch boxes. And of course, we're an influencer as well. We have our huge social media audience, and we're able to get that messaging out there. So we throw ourselves right in there with the rest of the influencers. Oh, okay. So is the program limited to produce? It is not. While we love our produce partners, we do recognize that their healthy lunchbox can be made up of lots of different things. And so we always welcome conversations with better for you brands, and like to talk to those folks about how they might be able to be a part of the circle of the well-rounded lunchbox. So I think that is awesome. I don't think I see any other questions coming through, but if you do have questions, you can email me direct, amanda@healthyfamilyproject.com. Any questions on Power Your Lunchbox, any questions on Healthy Family Project, and I certainly thank you for spending your lunchtime with me today, and I hope to talk to everyone soon. Thanks for joining.